If you draw some cute stick figures like these here, and you talk like a robot as you pan the camera across some bar graphs like this here, and you point at some other doodles with your pen like this one here, or like this one, then low IQ normie morons will probably believe that you know what you're talking about, and they might even think you're smart, because graphs are science, and science is smart. There's this guy on YouTube, and he's on TikTok too. I'm sure most of you have seen him, but his channel is called Homath, and basically he's just another run-of-the-mill red pill grifter trying to sell you his self-improvement courses and life coaching. And this guy just really blew up out of nowhere. He's got like 100 million views on YouTube after less than 2 years. So I'm sure he's easily making a 7-figure income. And I know he's got at least $3,000 worth of people paying him monthly on Patreon just for group Q&A sessions. But basically, his whole thing is he has this gimmick where he draws these cute little diagrams with stick figures and flowcharts and graphs and all that. Then all his videos are just him pointing to different parts of his drawings with a pen, and I mean, basically he's just repackaging all the same red pill sophistry we've all heard before, but he's doing it in a novel way. And I don't disagree with everything he says. Actually, I probably agree with him more often than I disagree. And he's aware of the black pill. I know he's mentioned it in at least one of his videos. But if you actually watch enough of his videos, you start to notice just how full of shit he is. He actually thinks he's some kind of modern-day philosopher or something. He speaks all authoritatively on everything he's saying, like he's got all the answers, and he uses his little diagrams to trick you into thinking what he's saying makes sense. I mean, he's got charts and tables and infographics. It's like science. And like I said, I do agree with him on a lot of what he says, but the thing is, he always seems to have a solution to every problem. And that's how you know someone is either grifting or they're just a moron, because some problems don't have solutions. He's got this half-hour-long video called Levels, where he demonstrates his system for classifying different levels of thinking, and I mean, go ahead and waste your time watching it if you want, but holy mackerel! This video has got to be the most convoluted, nonsensical piece of slop the algorithm has ever served up. And some of you might watch this and think, I don't know, I think it makes sense. And that's because some of you are easily manipulated dumbasses. See, he does this neat little trick where, as he's explaining each of the 9 so-called levels of thinking, he makes the descriptions vague enough that as you're listening to it, your brain will automatically connect each level with someone you know in real life, or maybe your brain will connect each level with an archetype you know of. So it seems like it all makes sense. Like when he's talking about level 6 or whatever, you might think, oh yeah, that's just like this stupid social justice warrior I knew back in high school. And the reason this trick works so well is because it preys on your natural desire to rationalize in your mind how you're superior to everyone else. It plays on your ego. And that's basically it. The whole trick is to make you think, Eureka! That's it! I always knew I was better than all those other idiots. Here it is explained perfectly. Clearly, I am a level 9 thinker, and all these other fools are stuck in the lower levels. Like, as he's going through levels 1 through 8, you'll be associating each level with a certain archetype or someone you know or someone you argued with on Reddit one time. Then he gets to level 9 and you're like, yep, that's me. And the whole purpose of this is just to position himself as the guru. You know, you finish watching the video and you think, hell yeah, finally, someone put into words why I'm so much smarter than everyone else. And you probably won't be thinking it explicitly, but somewhere in the back of your mind is the recognition that, okay, well, sure, I'm at the highest level of thought, but I didn't even realize it. This guy, he explained it perfectly. He outlined the whole system. Now this is a guy that knows what's going on. This is a guy that knows how the world works. So when he pitches his self-help course or his life coaching in the description, you might be more susceptible to purchase it because, hey, this guy really knows what he's talking about. And it's all because he fed into your ego and made you feel good. Another one of his longer videos is one called Self-Maximize, and it's pretty much like a free introduction to his self-improvement system he's trying to sell. And Jesus Christ, literally everything he says in this video is just classic normie just bro advice. And he dresses it up with his little drawings and charts and all that to make it look like he's saying something substantive. But when you look at what his actual advice is, it's all literally just like lift weights, dress nice, be confident, etc., etc. You know, basically the same advice your grandma would give you. And it's funny because he tries to portray himself like he's one of the few rare individuals that's managed to break out of the matrix and see relationship dynamics for what they truly are. But then you check out his self-maximize advice and he's literally saying shit like, just take a shower, bro. There's even a part in the video where he recommends asking girls for feedback on what they like. I mean, it's just the most milquetoast normie advice we've all heard 1,000 times before. Oh, so you're saying women are attracted to men that have power and status? No shit, Homath. Did you just find out about the internet last week? I mean, for God's sake, are there actually people out there saying, thank God I found out about this Homath guy on YouTube. I never would have considered I should try washing my clothes and standing up straight. This advice is so helpful. And I mean, if he was just saying all the same things but without the nifty little diagrams, literally nobody would take him seriously. But I guess all you gotta do to trick people into thinking you've got some valuable esoteric knowledge is, you know, just draw a couple stick figures and a few arrows pointing in random directions. And again, just to be clear, I do like some of Homath's videos. Like a lot of his shorter reaction videos, they're pretty funny. And yeah, most of what he says in those is true. I mean, the drawings are still nonsensical, but, you know, they're cute, I guess. You know, whatever. But where I have a problem is when this charlatan tries to act like he's unlocked the secrets of the universe, and oh, would you look at that? You too can learn how to achieve all your hopes and dreams for only one simple payment of $9.99 or whatever it is. I mean, I know I already said this, but the guy is basically just like any other red pill grifter you can find on YouTube or whatever social media whose main goal is just to make money by selling his self-help courses, and all the advice contained within those self-help courses is all stuff that every single person on the planet was born already knowing. It's completely useless. Completely useless. He's a grifter, okay? And look, if you want to watch Homath's videos, you know, if you think they're funny or whatever, if you like the cute little diagrams, I mean, hell, if you want to pay money for some of his drawings, go ahead. You know, the diagrams, the drawings, they're kind of neat looking, you know, it's kind of neat. But if you take a second to actually watch one of his videos, listen to what he's saying, and then actually look at the diagrams and the drawings on the screen, it's pure nonsense. None of it makes any sense. It's just total bull. Total bull. But whatever. You know, maybe I should make a self-help course. Because this whole red pill grifting thing, you know, it's like every 6 months, there's a new one out there that just blows up out of nowhere saying the most basic just bro, water is wet advice that we've all heard a million times, and yet somehow, there's constantly a new guy coming over and over and over again, and they're all successful. They all make a living doing this. I don't know, whatever, who cares?